Isis. This is our Lynx cage. Just talk about it a little bit, what all I've done with it here. Everything on our property is on a complete heel, so that's an old hutch. It used to be a little rabbit hutch. We had rabbits up in this top area before, but now it's our Lynx cage. So I made this with the PVC coated weld wire that I ordered from I just don't remember where I ordered it, but we bought 4 rolls of the wire because I was going to make it pretty much all wire and then just frame it in, but then I decided I like the wood look better. So as you can see, this is heavily coated. It's great wire. I don't think I have to worry about it rusting or anything in quite a long time. It's black, so it looks good. It blends. It almost disappears. I've got it actually on the top of the cage as well, so that's what makes up most of the roof of the cage, except for the second half here. We made barn tin, and I put a platform in here. I just built a little decking area right here for the walk-on, and a catwalk. I don't know if we can see that right there too much. So little catwalk that walks all the way down to the end there and back to her deck, so she can walk around. But and for protection out of the cold and everything, we cemented that whole top area up here. Gave her a little walking area. So there was quite a bit of mixing of cement up there. That was a lot. We mixed it all by hand. It was probably about 30 something bags, I believe. Same thing with this little walk down here. Well, I actually mixed all of that. This part I kind of just dry poured behind the board. I kind of mixed it up with hand just a little bit, but we did just kind of halfway do that part just to hold the rock back and give it something solid next to this, and up along the side here. So I put this reed fencing around everything here to also help for privacy, along with the bamboo. This side of the cage also has the reed fencing all the way up and down it. So I might go all the way around. One thing I was thinking about doing down here in the bottom area is making or buying a little chicken coop to put some chickens in, just to run right here, because this is all fenced in. Like I said, it used to all be for rabbits. We had rabbits all the way through this whole area, but they kind of dug their way out. They started disappearing on us and things. So, but I fixed this gate right here. I cemented it in, so it's a lot more solid now. And it's kind of privately blocked off, like I said, with the bamboo, which actually helps keep this stuff in too, because that root gets really thick and hard. It's hard to dig through that bamboo root. Here's the house part of it. Again, like I said, I blocked all these entrances off. It used to be a cage up here, but we tried to figure out how to actually incorporate it into the porch. So there's a walk between this. It's blocked off here, but the cage is now separated, and we actually tied it into the existing porch structure right here on the back side. Here's her little house area. It actually still has the wire behind it too. I figured why not just leave it there. It's just extra material. So, and we boarded all this in. Like I said, again, originally this was all going to just be wire, but I was like, this makes it a much more thermal insulated kind of area, and a much more private area for the cats to come and go and eat and keep them out of the weather. We even put a little tin roof on top of this area. So you can see here, that's the porch. The little roof is inside of it, so we work that into the other part. But it's all tied together. Just for fun, I did put a misting system in here, because during the summer when it's really hot, just to kind of give them some something to play with, even if they enjoy it. It's running right down the line there, all the way across. It's just a misting system, so, and gives them a little water to cool off with when it's really hot. So same thing with the ramp. Put that little ramp right there from the walk across. She actually uses it quite a lot. She kind of uses it as her pooping area. One thing about the cats, they poop in there. They don't use a litter box, but they tend to pick a spot and they poop right there, and so that's what she does. And when we had the boy in here too, the boy did the same thing. He would pick his own spot, like right across from where that one was, and he would poop there. So It's convenient in a way because it keeps you from having to walk around picking everything up. You just clean it up as you go. So I finished the entire cage off with finishing boards, the little 1x4s. You know, you got your 3/4 board, just your decking board is what I put them for the main framing part of the whole cage. But I used the 1x6s and the 1x4s to frame out the whole thing. So just to give it a finished look. I really like that, and I didn't want the decking board coming up. So this way I figured I'd put it all in, and all the boards are pretty much nailed in. But I did go through with the top boards, and I put some 1 1/4 screws into everything. Some are a little longer, whatever I need it, just to make sure nothing comes loose. But I did even across the center boards where the wire was over it. I just didn't want to see the clamps or what I used down to put in these things. I had little fence staples, the pretty good size, the heavy duty fence staples to hold this wire down in place under all of this board. So I covered all those height and hid all those marks with the boards like this, so you don't see anything but just the wire openings and then the facial boards, which I think looks much better. It's actually growing through the top. I left a couple there, just in that corner that I liked, that was in the right area, just for some shade or whatnot. But it is actually growing through the top of it, so I try to keep it off of it. This cage, I said I don't know the actual dimensions of it, but we got I believe this is a 16-foot board running across these things, and I also topped off the top of it too. As you can see, I put the 1x4s all across the top to finish off the top look too, and 1x6s across the backs and the sides. So just to really finish off the look. It's only one row I didn't do. I'm not real sure why I didn't do it, but I did leave that top row. I just left it. I just never worried about finishing that one. So, but that one didn't have staples in it. It's one reason I didn't worry about it. So that's in. Here's the barn tin, which provides good shade. I originally wasn't going to do that, but I'm glad I went with that instead of some kind of animal top, or some kind of a sunscreen, because this is going to last much longer. And it's strong enough to walk across. Consider putting some supports in the middle, but I like having it open like it is actually. So unless I start worrying about it swooping a little more, I don't think I'm going to mess with anything else. So I put concrete along the inside. You don't see it because the wood's kind of eroding down all these bark chips. I mean the mulch and everything's kind of washing down, but there is cement pretty much all the way across this cage. You can see it right there a little bit. That rock was set up. That rock is actually set in cement so that it doesn't move. But that's pretty much congruent all the way around the whole cage, all sides of it.